Hey everyone, Captain V from All Pro. Don't forget about the cooler bag for the Duke of Fluke. The first 200 people that sign up get one. It's a $60 value. It's more expensive than what you're actually paying to get into the tournament. Great deal. But figure I would give you a little bit of a tip or a little thing I do in the wintertime here. And that is I add eyes. Now, does it really matter? Probably not. But I would argue that fishing is like 60%, 70% psychological. And I just think you feel better if your lure looks better. I mean, we have our spoons made with an eye, and it looks better. And if you had this one in your box and you had another one that without the eye, I think you're more inclined to take the one with the eye. It looks prettier to us. You think maybe it will help the fish, attract the fish or something like that. Probably does absolutely nothing. However, it's winter. It's below 40 degrees outside, right? So, keep ourselves busy. So, we sell these eyes at our website at allprotacklebox.com. They're not expensive. Shipping is free. So, you could, get on them and play around yourself a little bit. So they come in multiple sizes. These eyes, We have them in stock in 5 millimeter eyes, which is like, well, actually, these are exactly 5 millimeter eyes here. 5 millimeter eyes that are on our teasers. Um, these are we have them in stock in 12 millimeter eyes. So you could see it there what a 12 millimeter eye looks like. We have them in 14 and Monster 16 eyes. Um, these are about a 8 or a 10. We don't have these in stock quite yet. Probably in about 3 weeks we'll have these in stock. But anyway, it's relatively simple. Now, I know some guys will go and use this UV cure resin, which is really cool. And it's really good that you just put a little dab on your teaser, right? Or on whatever you're making, okay? And you stick the eye on and then you hit it with a little bit of a blue light here and it dries immediately. Very cool. The reason why you can't use this on other things like your spoons, a jig, fluke spoon. This is our Badonkadonk fluke spoon. Our jig heads here. The reason why you can't use that is because, unlike the teasers, they get coated with a resin afterwards. So the glue is not exposed. Um, what happens when you put this on, it's great to dry something immediately and get it in place, but the blue light can't hit the glue that's under the eye. So you're really only sealing the eye. That's why you have to, when you're making the teasers, you coat it with additional resin to make it a nice, hard, solid surface around that eye. The eyes just aren't glued on. So when you're using a spoon like this, we go with the Great Crazy Glue. Now, I just didn't have it. I had this. I normally like using the gel because it doesn't run or drip. Where this will, if I squirt this on here, it's gonna just run and drip. But we're gonna go with it anyway. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use. I have some 10 millimeter eyes. And what we're going to do is I'm going to have my eye ready because I know this is going to run. If you get the gel, like I said, it's much better because you have a few more seconds. What we'll do is we will just put a dab of glue right there. Drop your eye on. Now, unlike the resin, right? Boom, it just dries immediately. The crazy glue is going to take a few seconds to dry. I don't mind putting a little extra on there so it kind of seals. Make sure it goes around the entire eye when you push it down. But you could do that. Also, it works great on stuff like this. When you have rubber, and this is a rubber eel. I think it's a wolf pack eel. If you just wipe it down a little bit, get any dirt or dust off of it. And I actually put dirt and dust on this just now. But if you dry it up a little bit, get that initial oily substance off of it. And we'll go with a 10 millimeter eye. Again, I like to get the eye, get it ready to go, so I'm not messing around with it when you have something like crazy glue that's going to run on me. I'm going to set this one back a little bit because I know the skirt goes on it. So I'm going to give myself a nice little dab of crazy glue there. Just sit it on there. Now, these eyes do have a sticky backing. However, it will never hold. Just won't hold. So this is on there now. We're going to give it a few seconds to set. I feel it's already set. Thank goodness. Now, what I like to do on the rubber, and it's going to be difficult for you to see, it won't sit perfectly. So you go around it, especially now. This is where that liquid works really well. You go around it a little bit and just add a little glue. Just around the tips of it here. And just push this a little bit. There you go. And let that sit there. And once it sets up, we're basically good to go. Like I said, the crazy glue isn't the greatest. Stuff like this. So these are 5 millimeter pearl eyes that are on that little thing right there. And what we do with that is we actually put it on with this, hit it with a UV, and immediately solidifies. I'll give you an example of that. Let me see what I can do here. So this here, I just pulled an eye off of it. Okay, I literally had to yank it off, but there it is. Now what we'll do here is I usually go with the crazy glue, but to give you an example on how this works so fast, what I do is this is thicker. Then I'm going to get myself, this is a 10 millimeter eye set here. And now I'm just going to stick that on there. I'm going to push it a little bit like that. And then you hit this. And it's already dried. It's done. I keep an extra second just because, again, psychologically. But that's it. That eye isn't coming out. That eye is in there now. And it's solid. Now, because it's not coated, what I'll probably do with something like this is that I will put a little crazy glue around it just to cover myself. But now we have to let that sit. And now once the crazy glue hardens, you're good to go. It's absolutely perfect. Again, you do it on anything you want. Here's a nice big skirt here. We're going to use a larger eye. I'm going to get my eye ready. These are 12 millimeter eyes. I'm going to put a nice little dab of glue there. Like I said, the crazy glue will run on you. That one sat really well. We give that a few seconds, and there you go. While that's drying up, I'll show you one other thing that actually one of my charters asked me a question about.
My battery must have died. So you get to hear this AI version. People would ask me why I have rubber bands on some of my rods. It's because those particular rods don't have hook holders. So I use the rubber bands to grab the hook and secure to the rod. What is nice about the rubber bands is that it provides some giveaway so you don't snap your tip off if you hit a good wake or wave.
You never want to place your hook in the eye of the guide. This will eventually chip or damage the insert and leave the guide abrasive. Over some time your line will fry, and yup, when you get the big one, your line is going to snap. Some people place the hook around the feet of the guide. The issue with that is the sharp hooks bouncing around can damage your rod. All you have to do is take the rubber band and place it around your hook. I normally would double my rubber band up by forming 2 loops in it. Once it's around the hook, I would then attach it to the reel hand. If there is any slack, I would then just tighten it up a bit. It's also pretty easy to remove once you get to your fishing spot. The best part is that they are easy to store, as I just place them on the butt of my rod. This way I never have to look around for a rubber band. I do know you can buy clips that affix to your rod and that some people use zip ties to secure their hooks to their rod, but I've been using the rubber bands for years. The good news is the All-Pro Pro All-Star rod that we make have a hook holder, so goodbye rubber bands. Thanks for watching. Please like, follow, share and subscribe.